We're here with a Decktech with Nathan, and this is going to be a white-black allies deck. So go ahead and walk us through the deck. Let's look at all your different choices and kind of explain the plan and what you're doing with it.
So basically the main part of the deck is to just drain their life, but you can hit them with a bit, like the one-drop Expedition Envoys for a very early game, just like get you out there with some speed with the 2/1.
Okay.
Captain's Claws are nice because on turn 3, they'll allow you to make an Expedition Envoy bigger as well as give you more tokens.
Right, and what are your main win conditions of the deck?
The Claustria Healers, actually, are one of my main ones.
Okay.
And then damage with the Liberators and the Gideons also help.
Okay, so yeah, Gideon coming in for generating those ally tokens. So you're mainly going to be using the 0 ability on him, as opposed to the decks that try to use the +1, like the control matchups.
Yeah, I mean, I mostly do try to use the 0, but should my opponent actually have an open field where I can just hit him for 5, it's always beneficial to do that.
All right, and so we're just using 2 Anguished Unmakings in the main deck. Seems like a good removal option.
Yeah, because it does shoot you, but the deck can come back from losing 3 easily enough with like the Colossus Healers, the Cutthroats, the Lantern Scouts, the Emissaries, just as massive life gain.
You're using Grasp in Darkness. So have you found with the double black that's been hard to cast, or has that been actually pretty easy for you to pull off?
It's been pretty easy. Usually, like every now and then I can't get 1 black, but it's great for being able to just go against a Jace, just kill the Jace or any of the flip Planeswalkers before they can flip.
All right, fantastic. I see the big thing for this deck is probably a March from the Tomb. Go ahead and go over that and how that card really affects the deck.
It really affects the deck because I can just bring lots of stuff back from my graveyard with CMC equal to 8. So I have healers, like should I have a healer in the graveyard and this like Cutthroats and there's a lot of my low drops, I can just bring them back, which would trigger off the healer rally and there's all the other rally, as well as being able to just refill my board. Like with my highest creature being a 4-drop, just allows for a lot of resurrect.
Go over the mana base real quick and talk about that.
Well, the mana base mostly relies on shambling vents and caves to just sort of help stabilize your colors for all your spells. But the ally encampments help with your creature spells only, stabilizing the colors because it can tap for any color for an ally. As well as it says won me games before with combat tricks because the pay 1, tap it, sacrifice it to bounce a creature to any ally to your hand has allowed me to like get opponents down to 1 health before, bounce a healer or anything, and just cause the healer to shoot them for 1.
Fantastic. So I see here you have the Monastery and Mire. What's the consideration for that in there?
It's just in there because like I often find that people like kill a Drana and I don't have March from the Tomb. It's just like another way to get a Drana or just like...
Alright, so a little extra recursion. So the deck really looks like it builds kind of to a point of inevitability where you just keep bringing stuff back into the late game.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. So a strong early game transitions into a very strong mid game, and then you have ways of if it goes late, bringing it back. So you have it, guys. It's a very simple, inexpensive white-black allies deck. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to do the deck tech with us. See you next week.